specifically, because, you know, I think what you've done, the intervention you've made in trap music, right, in terms of taking the trap sound and dramatically changing the narrative associated with it, it's so profound that I actually am waiting for you to say what trap says. I'm like, when's he gonna get to the trap lyrics? You know, and I'm like, this is a trap beat. When's we gonna have the trap beat lyric? And I realized it's not coming. And so now, and this is important because, right, the trap house, right, is, you know, articulation of systemic racism in the way that, you know, Cornel was just talking about in a broader sense around who's doing all these crimes. But, you know, Wall Street is part of the gutting of Black communities and banking fraud and destroying people's opportunities to create even a poor, stable neighborhood, right? And so the trap house becomes, you know, the terrible articulation of what's left, right? That people have to suffer with. But trap lyrics that people normally attach to that includes a kind of almost a hedonistic acceptance of the very circumstances that trap has grown out of based on the conditions. So what you do is you bring trap in, you say, this is a trap sound, this is a trap reality, and here's an alternative reality to that trap circumstance.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's powerful.
You got to do that because for multiple reasons, right? I mean, one is just for the sheer sake of solidarity. You can't come in with this condescending attitude to, communities of color or the trap, so to speak, with this condescending attitude as if your values are their values. You know, sometimes your values are other people's ideals. It's like, yeah, ideally I'd like to go to college. That's ideal, but that's not a value of mine because that's not in my reality. That's not in my spectrum. So I just wanted to speak, I wanted to speak to people, not at people, you know what I mean? And I wanted to let also, because I know there's, like you said, that white consumption that's listening in. I'm like, yeah, come listen, because I want you to hear a different side of the trap. I lived in the trap, you know, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, but at the same time, I've seen, you know, mothers doing a phenomenal job of raising their children. I've seen young men who did not go down the paths that everybody expected them to go down. I've seen them turn into coaches and coach basketball teams and amazing things in that community that don't get highlighted because, like you said, the idea of consumption and celebrity culture only allows us to show a portion of ourselves to where people think we homogenize people. And so it's like, now, you know, all you know of are one aspect of who we are as people. So when the rioting and the looting start, that becomes to define Black people as a whole. And you feel justified in saying that these are thugs and so on and so forth. When the reality of it is that we are very nuanced. You know what I mean? But people hate nuance. That's my struggle. So that's why I made the record just to keep punching at the reality that people hate nuance. I remember I was in France. I'm in Paris, and I'm out the hood. This is my first time to Paris, and I'm hungry. I can't read the menu, the language. I'm hungry and I'm frustrated. And people are like, yo, go to this restaurant. And I go to this restaurant and I'm like, I don't know what this is. And so I settled for McDonald's because I just could not figure out how to eat over there. And I missed out on some amazing gourmet food because it was too much to process. Now, fast forward, now after learning to be patient and wrestle with the language and get some tools and some people to help me translate, I've gotten to experience quality meals, but I had to wrestle with the nuance of learning a new language in order to taste the beauty of it all. And I think that's what people struggle with is they don't want to wrestle with our nuance to see the beauty of who we are as a people and to see the trap for more than just, you know, where the drugs get sold and the boarded up houses are and so on and so forth. So
right. Yeah,
that's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true. Lord. No, I just love the openness, though. You know, I mean, I think you and I are similar in the sense that I was a gangster before I met Jesus, and now I'm a redeemed sinner with gangster proclivity. and what I mean by that is that I had all of this stuff inside of me. And then I got transformed at the blood of the cross, not Kool-Aid, because most of the stuff at the cross these days in church is just Kool-Aid. People want to dip in just in order to get the next commodity, the next possession. But when Jesus really changes your life, and you're in the world but not of it, and you're picking up your cross, and you're denying yourself in terms of being of service, and you're giving yourself, you're emptying yourself, you're donating yourself, you are trying to sacrifice yourself in order for a kingdom trying to come in the form of love. And that justice is what love looks like in public. So that you and I are very, very similar in that sense as revolutionary Christians, let's put it that way. But at the same time, we recognize that, you know, the church has failed people, man.
Yeah, facts. I don't deny that. It's failed me.
You said Jesus didn't fail you, but the church did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, isn't that what Gandhi said? Gandhi said, I love your Jesus, I hate your Christians, or I don't like your Christians. It's something to that effect.
Yes,
so
yes.
I get it. You know what I mean? I totally understand, and that's a part of the conundrum that I live in as well, and that's frustrating to me. I think, you know what I mean? That's unfortunately, that's another. I just think it's unfair of how, you know, a Black person has to live their lives in this whole conundrum of white supremacy, or like Frantz Fanon's book, Black Skin, White Mask, where everything is the backdrop of everything. You're processing, you know, the white world. And I have a lot of great friends who are white friends. I have tons of white fans for sure.
We do.
Yeah.
We all do. We recognize that human connection is real. You know?
Absolutely. But at the same time, as a Christian from my own community, I've got to navigate helping people understand I'm not shucking and jiving over here because I'm a follower of Jesus. I'm not embracing a white supremacy or slave master's philosophy or belief. Like, I'm talking about something that predates slavery. I'm talking about it's an Eastern religion if there ever was one.
Absolutely. What I mean? And Jesus doesn't look like Michelangelo's uncle.
Exactly.
Greetings, everyone. Cornel and I are so glad you've decided to watch us on The Tightrope. If you enjoyed it, please like us and subscribe, and also check the notification bell so that you'll never miss another episode. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.